What's going on, everybody? This is Chris Albert. Lots of stuff going on over here. I just opened up my new company, Warrior Soul Apparel. For those of you who don't know, Warrior Soul Apparel is actually an apparel line, fitness apparel line based around veterans. Basically, athletes have their own lines. A lot of people glorify athletes, sponsorships, and things like that. Well, what I'm doing here is I'm actually trying to bring honor to returning heroes, returning warriors from the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, and older warriors from Vietnam, Korea, World War II. And what I'm going to do with this line is I'm going to give 20% of all my profits to an organization known as AMVETS. It's a National Veteran Service Organization that helps veterans with transition to civilian life. They do a lot of great work, and you're going to be seeing a lot of videos on this in the future. There's going to be a new Warrior Soul channel. But check out the website. I'll put it in the links below, and you'll get to see all the cool apparel lines. Started off with this workout with front squats. And this is a hamstring-focused workout, but I wanted to get my central nervous system going. Somebody asked me why I go down so ballistically with the front squats and the squats in general, and the reason is because a lot of the Olympic lifting that I've done in the past is to prepare myself for the catch on the bar. So when you're doing a power clean or anything like that, you have to actually catch it ballistically. And so one of the reasons why Olympic lifters do front squats is so you can do that. And that's a really big part of it as to why I go down so deep and why I go down so fast. I moved on from front squats to seated leg curls, and what you see me doing here is a partial curl just to pump up the hamstrings a bit. I do full extension and partial curls just to keep the tension on the hamstrings while I'm doing the exercise. Got a really good pump of this. Did about 3 sets of 20, I think, just before I went on and moved back to regular squats. You see me changing my shoes in between. One of the reasons is because if you wear Olympic lifting shoes, they actually hurt my feet like crazy while I'm walking around. So I switched back to the Nikes for that set because they were actually causing my feet to cramp up. But I put them back on for these squats. Now what you're going to notice here is that I'm warming up Olympic style, but I move into a more powerlifting style squat as I got heavier. Normally I just squat Olympic style. The reason why I moved into a more powerlifting style, which is where you push your hips back a bit more, was because I was actually trying to hit the hamstrings a bit more with the squat. Now you'd be asking, why would you try to hit hamstrings with your squat? Well, the reason is because hamstrings are actually hip extensors. They help with hip extension, and so you could actually hit them really well, especially if you're a little bit fatigued and you're pumped up. And so I move from, still you see me here doing the Olympic style squat where I'm going straight down. But when I get up to 315, you're going to see me pushing my hips back a bit. Again, you see me going down pretty fast here. And that's just the style of squatting I'm doing there with the Olympic squats. Yes, it does help a little bit with getting back up there because you're bouncing up, but it really prepares your joints for the catch on any Olympic lifts. I'm wearing one of Mike Rashid's shirts in this video, Bro Scientist. Thought I'd rock it out for all of you freaking keyboard warriors out there. You guys, you know what I think about you. I'm not going to say anything negative, but I really love this shirt. It's pretty freaking badass. Still coming down here. Gonna move into my next set pretty soon with 315. You might notice I posted this video a little bit earlier, but then I had to delete it because for some reason the audio in the second half went out. So I'm actually talking several hours later from what you just heard me speaking. Gonna hit 315 here, and what you're gonna notice is that my style of squatting changes, as I said earlier. I'm pushing my hips back a good bit more. Really trying to focus, using the quads, but also focusing on the hips, the hamstrings as hip extensors. Pushing through my heels, but bringing the hips back. Depth suffers a little bit. I'm still hitting parallel or below parallel, but crank this out for 10 reps and actually did get a pretty good hamstring pump, particularly in the glute hamstring tie-in, where the glutes meet the hamstring, of course. So I go through this, and then I decided to do some volume. So I stuck 225 on the bar and decided to rep it out. Now this gets pretty ugly, but I was keeping pressure on the legs the whole time. I think there's a few times that I rested because by this point I was extremely tired. So coming down, you're going to see I'm coming down, coming up partially, not locking the hips out, but really just keeping the pressure on the legs. This is actually very painful for those of you who have not tried it. Really pumps everything up. Getting down there, again, range of motion suffers, but still keeping that pressure on the legs, and trying to crank it out a little bit. This will wake you up, trust me, because after this I was pretty dead. Really been extremely busy as far as everything goes between the Warrior Soul project and my new website coming out, the GTS method. I can't remember if I mentioned it earlier in the video or not. If I did, I'll edit it out. But GTS method is going to be, you're going to have a diet of the month where I actually take you through a case study where I work with an individual and show you exactly every move that I made. I'm going to have a workout of the month. This month is going to be a really sick leg workout. I'm going to give you recipes of the month. This month's going to be Bodybuilder's Meatloaf, one of my favorites. And then I'm giving out a free ebook this month called Gig Killers. Basically mistakes people make in their bulks. And that's going to be all up there for $7.99 a month with new content coming every couple of weeks. I hope it's a really good tool for you guys to use. And, I hope you guys enjoy it. It's like getting trained, but not really getting trained. You're just getting information. Before you saw me hitting the prone leg curls, that was just to get another hamstring pump. I did that for about 3 sets, repped it out quite a bit, and then I'm finishing up here with Romanian deadlifts. You see me trying to keep pressure on that glute hamstring tie-in, really trying to bring that area out. Love this exercise a lot. It really teaches you to get your hips back, particularly if you're having issues squatting. It teaches you a hip hinge, which I think is one of the most valuable movements in fitness. So that's about it, guys. If you've got any questions, hit me up, gettingtoshredded@gmail.com. Check out the new website at www.warriorsoulapparel.com, and also check out the GTS method when it comes out later this week. Talk to you all later. Love you. Bye-bye.